Lili Reinhart has a message for body shamers. Inside Katie and Orlando's 24-hour romp, plus The Bachelorette is back and Becca's ex Ari is still causing drama. Hey friends, how was everybody's long weekend? The Daily Denny is back and the week just started, but guys, love is in the air. Who watched The Bachelorette last night? And don't at me because everybody watches it. But first, we've got new photos of Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, who took a quick jaunt to London. Katy is in the middle of her Witness World Tour, but not even that can keep her away from her man, guys. She flew from Belgium to London, where they were snapped in matching motorcycle helmets for a quickie 24-hour hookup, because apparently long distance is not a thing when you can afford to follow each other around the world. But you know what? It's nice to see Katy and Orlando going strong. As for the future, a source tells us Orlando is ready to settle down. They are talking about a future wedding, but they are taking it slow and haven't pressed the subject of kids. Now, speaking of kids, one Riverdale star is shutting down pregnancy rumors and body shamers in one fell swoop. It all started when an unflattering photo of Lili Reinhart sparked rumors that the actress was expecting a child with boyfriend Cole Sprouse. Now, Lili took to Instagram story on Memorial Day with this clapback. Nope, not pregnant, adding, "This is just my body and sometimes I'm bloated, sometimes I go through periods of time where I gain weight." The 21-year-old actress continued with a body positive message for her followers, quote, "My body is something that I will never apologize for. My body will constantly go through change, as so will yours." I don't know about you guys, but I think it's annoying Lili even had to say something about it to begin with, but you know what? It is a message a lot of young women need to hear. And what I love most about it is that this isn't the first time Lili has been unapologetic about keeping it real. She previously opened up about her own battle with depression.
I've never had any problem telling anyone that I've struggled with it, and so when people started to receive what I was saying and saying that they were responding to me just even talking about it and be open about it, I was like, hell yeah, let's keep talking about it then.
Good on Lili there, but we are switching gears now to talk about Bachelorette Becca Kufrin's second chance at love. Her season of The Bachelorette premiered last night, and as always, the first night was filled with some studs and duds, which means I had to bring in our Bachelor Queen and host of Roses and Rosé, our very own Lauren Zima.
Thank you for having me.
The Bachelorette is back, Lauren.
Oh my gosh, I am on a Bachelorette high. I haven't slept because of all the studs and duds. I love that.
There's a lot going on.
Yes.
Of course, people can watch your wine-soaked recap of last night's Bachelorette premiere on Roses and Rosé, but I want to get your initial impressions right now.
Yes.
Starting with, who had the best limo bit out of, who had the best bit out of the limo?
Well, on night one, it's all about being both genuine and memorable, right? Which is not easy to do. I gotta give it to Garrett. Garrett showed up in a minivan,
right?
Okay,
Yeah.
Minivan moment. And he says, I've got this minivan because I'm ready to be a good husband and a good dad. Okay, Garrett. And guess what, guys? He got the first impression rose. That was a good first impression.
Sweet. I thought it was a little weird. Like, get in my minivan. I'm gonna show you the soccer balls and our future.
There's no windows. No, there were.
Who do you think had the most awkward first impression?
Poor Joe, right? You guys probably saw this going viral. Grocery store Joe. He was so sweet, had this great package. He owned his own grocery store. That's a real job. One
Knows
guy was,
produce.
Yes. One guy was a social media participant. Okay, that was his job title. But Joe just got so nervous that he couldn't say anything to her and he got sent home. So hopefully we'll see him on Paradise. Chris Harrison teased on Twitter. We might.
Well, there still is a lot of potential there, but who do you think is an early favorite to win the whole thing and win Becca's love?
Well, I was really glad that ABC full-on acknowledged this during the premiere. They brought back some former Bachelorettes who acknowledged that for many recent seasons, the guy who gets the first impression rose is the guy who gets picked in the end. So Becca might be taking a ride in that minivan.
I might be wrong.
Yes, Garrett got the first impression rose, and Becca said she was smitten with him.
Okay.
I also think we need to look out for Blake because she said that she and him were on the same wavelength. I think there's a difference that you got to watch for in the language. She might say, oh, that guy has a great personality, but that doesn't mean she's connecting with that great personality. With Blake, she said she just felt like she knew him. So I'm watching Garrett, I'm watching Blake. I also think Clay and Colton, both football players.
I loved the confetti thing.
That was cute.
That was memorable.
They seem like nice guys.
It's cute. Okay, while you're here though, can we also talk about Becca's ex, Ari? Like, I can't believe we're still talking about that long on-camera breakup. You guys remember the one?
If I must discuss it, I will. I'm referring to him as he who shall not be named.
Well, you guys know that. Remember that on-camera breakup at the end of last season of The Bachelor felt really long. Producer says it was unedited, and he's saying a different story.
Yeah, I think what we're learning in this new GQ interview with Ari is what Ari's definition of editing is. Because he was on The View last week, and he said the finale was edited, and the finale was always touted as being the first in franchise history, an unedited breakup. I actually asked Becca about that on Wednesday. She said, no, it was definitely unedited. And then in GQ, Ari is saying, well, it was edited because what you didn't see was off camera, producers were standing very close to me and kind of giving me advice on what to do and say next. That's called a reality show in my mind.
Yes.
I don't think, I think of editing as editing of the footage, like video editing.
Right. He claims that he feels 100% betrayed by the show. I mean, it's one thing after the other.
I think it's dangerous to consider people who are using you, not using you, but you're part of their job, you know? And it's tough because I think on the one hand, you get close with these people and they're friends, but on the other hand, they got a job to do, and Ari did acknowledge that. He said, I know they have a job to do, but then he also said he felt 100% betrayed, so.
Well, as Lauren mentioned, she did get Becca's reaction to this. Take a look.
Breakup or the finale?
Ari is saying that the breakup with you guys was edited, and even though everyone's saying it's unedited.
No, it was definitely unedited.
Okay.
I mean, let's be honest, I would not, you know, if it wasn't edited, I would want the snot off my face and like the mascara off my forehead. Like, that was all real.
I loved her comment there because, as she was saying, if it was edited, you know, she maybe would have asked for a little Photoshop as well. Wipe away that makeup.
A little bit, you know?
Yes.
But guys, get this, there's even more Ari drama. The GQ profile is called The Most Hated Bachelor Explains Himself, and it also claims that Ari cut the interview short.
Yes, so GQ's Rebecca Nelson, she spent 2 days with Ari and with his new fiance, Lauren Burnham, the one who he dumped his fiance Becca for, so this is his second fiance in a matter of months. But anyway, and she says things were all well and dandy, except then she asked a certain question that seemed to kind of upset Lauren, and Ari texted her saying that the interview had felt tabloidy the whole time and that it was over. He said, quote, I agreed to do this because I believed it would be positive and shed light on who I am, and in no way did I want to make Lauren upset. I think our interview is done. So Ari went on to cancel his planned photo shoot with the magazine.
I mean, this is insane.
Yeah, and Lauren even spoke out after the interview dropped. She took to Twitter, writing about the reporter, quote, she crossed a line. Nobody should have to feel bullied in their own home.
I mean, fair, but I do have a question for you. Do you think this is the last we'll hear from Ari? I mean, I feel like it's one thing after the other with this.
Yeah, you know, he announced his wedding date right before Becca's premiere, and now he's doing a new interview with GQ. I think the problem is that Ari keeps trying to say, I'm a nice guy, but keeps kind of tripping all over that. I don't think this will be the last that we'll hear from him, but if I were him, I would take a break.
Oh, see, there you have it. This is why I brought Lauren in, you guys. She has all the tea and so much more up at Roses and Rosé. Weekly recaps here on ET's YouTube channel and, of course, Facebook Watch. Thank you, Lauren, and thank you guys for watching. Stick around. There's plenty more Daily Denny tomorrow. All right, bye.